The M16-A2 is probably one of the most recognizable rifles in the pantheon of rifledom. It is the quintessential scary black rifle, and I really do love a standard buttstock 20-inch AR configuration. This particular one is an A2 clone that I had built around 6 years ago, and this was before the Brownells and I think Harrington and Richardson now has a retro rifle line. The actual top of this is off of a Colt or a Bushmaster, we're not sure, but the rest is a hodgepodge of different parts that I selected for this particular build, and we'll go into the details now. That is the purpose of this video. Today also happens to be Veterans Day, and I thought an occasion to actually try on my old BDU battle dress uniform that I had when I was in the Air Force. Yeah, I ran kind of baggy, but I'm also was a little thicker when I was in the Air Force, believe it or not. I'm much more fit now. I didn't, train as hardcore as I do now, and, did martial arts and training to fight like I do now. So it fits relatively well. And so I figured we just throw that out there. This isn't some sort of like stolen valor or something. This was actually my uniform. But I digress. We're going to look into the details of this M16A2, or really kind of like a government model AR-15 civilian model clone. And let's just get into it. All right, fortunately I can't get the whole thing in frame, but we'll get a good look at everything here. First thing we're gonna do is go ahead and pull the empty magazine, do the standard YouTube thing, verify it's empty. It is. So now that we verified it's safe and clear, we're gonna go ahead and start and go tip the butt, as that seems to be the popular way to do it. And so this is a standard A2 birdcage configuration. And then the barrel, it's that higher end barrel. I can't remember exactly what they call it, but it's the FN chrome line barrel, HF MP556 NATO 1-in-7 twist, standard A2 birdcage front sight. This is marked F for flat top, and I've had people remark before that that's going to make the sights don't work. Sights work just fine. I just had to turn it a few times to get it to align, but it went. It does have the bayonet lug. Not currently configured with the bayonet, but we might pull that out here in a minute just for the fun of it. And we got that big old long handguard appropriate for the 20-inch barrel, rifle length gas system. And here we're going to come to the upper and lower assemblies. Now the lower is a Talon Tac Ops lower. The upper is a used upper that came in a box of uppers that were from police trade-ins. So this likely came off a Bushmaster or a Colt. You can see it's not flat style. That is an integral carry handle. It is not one of the ones that is currently available from Brownells or PSA. That's an OG right there. And then I don't know if you can tell, this is a Palmetto State Armory bolt carrier group. Now the original configuration, I got a whole upper with the barrel, a PSA upper, which we took the barrel off and obviously used this upper. But we went ahead and used the PSA bolt carrier group out of there. And then a standard classic buttstock. This is actually from Mossberg, believe it or not. The Sling. Oh wait, before we go into the Sling, I did want to point out, this has the compartment for, this thing is really hard to get out, there we go. You can see stuff deep down in there. Oh, for the love of Pete, there we go. Classic buttstock cleaning kit. And yes, it's got all the stuff in there. To include a little tiny bottle of oil. So we'll get a look at the other side now. If I can get that cleaning compartment back in. Oh wait, we already looked at that side. Here's the other side. So mil spec regular trigger. I think we got a decent trigger in there. I don't remember what it is. Classic style trigger guard, flat style. regular old safety selector switch. Not much to report. A2 style pistol grip. A regular old ass charging handle. Of course, this does have a forward assist button. Now I did want to point out, and I got my Vickers book out. So if you're wondering kind of what we were going for, here is the Vickers Guide Volume 1 to the AR-15. Here we are. This is what we were going for. Colt government model M16-A2. And you can tell, there it is. Not to be confused with the earlier Sporter, or SP1. As I said earlier, or will say here in a minute, I have one of these as well, and we'll take it out and do a video on it and do a comparison, but this is the intended rifle. So now, before we go, I did want to point out, as I started to a moment ago, but then lost my train of thought, that this is a classic Garand style M1 cotton GI sling that I use a lot, and actually have this on a few of my other rifles because I use it as a shooting aid. Probably in the next video, we're going to get out my old Colt Sporter and go through the details of that particular rifle. It's another classic, emblematic rifle that you might enjoy taking a look at. And then maybe we might do a comparison video between the two. But that's really it. All I really had to talk about my M16A2 or AR-15 government model A2 clone. Really a joy to shoot. I love this thing, and I'll probably never get rid of it unless I get like an actual, you know, Colt of that era or something to swap it out for. But this shoots good, and there's no reason to swap it out really. So anyway, later y'all.